Man, oh man, here we go again, and we are back with some dually action. Probably not the dually you're thinking of though, not this one, because this one, it was, well, I thought it didn't have a lot of problems. Come to find out, it had a few more problems than we knew of, but she was pretty good. So I just figured we'd send it down the road. You know, y'all get at me about, oh, you got all these vehicles sitting around, you might as well sell something. So I sold something. And someone's gonna see if it can drive up to North Dakota. It'll be fine. Everything's been going real good. Only a couple welded brake parts. And
they were good welds though.
Not bad. Jerry used his nickel rod.
I thought it was Dale.
Oh yeah, who knows? They're twins. I get them mixed up. Where's that keeper at? Here it is. So when that caliper's on there, that kind of sits right there, and it's supposed to retain with a special little shoulder bolt. Well, it was retained with about 2 inches of weld and 1.25 inches of weld right there. So I got to cut that off there for him because I'm just a nice pal like that. So if you want to see this thing get worked on and then end up making the road trip to North Dakota where it's headed to rest away for the rest of its life, be sure to check out MORTSKE's channel because it'll be on there, or his second channel, or who knows. It's gonna be somewhere on the internet at some point. Now for us, I've been trying to do some cleaning up around here and get some stuff organized and some stuff gone out of the junkyard. And in fact, my scrap metal guy just called me. He wants to come today to get to our scrap, and that's back there. Now we could move that trailer and be able to back his up right there, but that'd be the easy way. We should definitely do it the hard way, which is make sure we can move the box truck. And really, that wouldn't be that hard. I bet we could get it to fire up now as is. The only thing is, we use that thing to move, but the carburetor on it's not the greatest. It's a Holly that we pulled straight off the orange truck. We never did anything to it, and it worked good enough for the move. And since then, you got to keep it like half choked. You got to kind of feather the throttle when you go to give it some, and it's just a pain. Now I've been collecting some of these carburetors from the swap meets and everything like y'all seen, so I thought maybe we can try to throw one of those on the old F600, get her running a little better. Hopefully, you know, it's one of them like Amazon carburetors, so we're probably gonna make it run worse. And last time I drove it, the brakes were not happy. Like, it was low on fluid, so I don't know if we've got a leak. If it was just low, we'd probably want to investigate that some. Can't believe I'm getting rid of the dually. She will be missed. All right. Well, like I said here, we're gonna have a couple options. Oh yeah, I forgot. These got like the little 1/8 inch MPTs thread. Oh, don't worry, we got one there with the combo filter built onto it. So that one's shiny. This one is not. That one is missing a screw right there in the bottom from our power valve cover area. This one is not missing a screw. This one looks about the cheapest made, so we're just gonna try it and have the worst luck. You the turtle hunter?
The great white hunter.
It's hard to miss that one.
Crikey, snuck right up on me. Maybe that's why Theo's been eating those rocks. It's really turtle eggs. That's a big dog.
Yeah, he's a good size. He's definitely one of the ones who's been living down in the pond. But the whole pond up there, you look on the shore during the day and they get out in the sun, and I guess sit there and bake during the day because there's a good amount of them down there. Bigger than this one too. What you say there, pal? Yeah, I told you pay rent or I was gonna kick you out. You head next door, find you some new water, I guess. A little cozy in there, are you? All tucked up? All right, we'll leave him be. You almost snuck across there with your ghillie suit on. Yeah, that sucker's been living in the water for a minute. At least one of the guard dogs around here does a good job. Theo's like, I got him. Where is he?
Which way did he go?
I don't know what we're gonna need for tools, so grab us maybe that'll get us their kit, and we'll hope for the best.
Here's an idea. Why don't you just drive it up to the front door here?
No. We don't get it hot.
Good point. Let's get hot ourselves and sit out here in the sun. Oh, there's a little bit of shade from that box.
Yeah.
Need Theo to open that hood for you? Got it.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Any rats?
Well, look at that cute little air cleaner on this thing.
Awesome, robbed from the Lodestar. Held on with a zip tie.
Oh.
How's that make you feel, buddy?
That is the world's largest flexi hose right there. Look at all those vacuum hoses in there. I can't imagine why it would ever run poorly. What's this thing got in it? It's a 372V. That thing's a ripper, huh, Theo? You gonna climb up there?
This definitely hooked up to a lot of nothing.
We'll worry about that later.
We'll worry about vacuum leaks if we hear a vacuum leak, or if it runs like it has a vacuum leak. Because when you find stuff like that right there, you're not too worried about them. Holy vacuum everything.
You don't suppose those bolts up on the cowl had anything to do with it?
Nope. Those are extras.
Everything about this guy is extra. Speaking of that, look at all them extra washers. Shimming up your seat there so it's at the perfect height.
Good.
Don't bounce too hard. You'll put a pallet right through that.
All right, I'm gonna start with a little disassembly here. I think, no, I didn't have to fabricate on that none. Dang, I did hook up the choke because it takes choking it to make it run. Should have known that. Oh yeah, just asking to dump all that. Ooh, come here, Waspy. Oh, fly up his shorts, give him a surprise. He's flying down and kind of that way. What the heck? There's my good battery cable I've been looking for. Sucker's brand new. Vacuum advance right here. Or Autolite style or Motorcraft or 2100, 2300. The Amazonian. She is not going to thread in. So we can just ditch that.
Oh, don't twist that line or I will punch you live.
Don't worry. I brought locking pliers. You snug that on there, guys. You can pop her loose and avoid getting punched by Sir Mordecus, apparently. I guess he don't really like twisted lines for some reason. Our throttle here, I got her pulled off too. Couple threads left. We're smooth sailing so far.
Did you fabricate that air cleaner hold down?
Can't remember if I had to do that or not. Looks like it.
If you did, how come we had to use a zip tie to hold it on?
Because I lost a nut and I wasn't climbing on and off the sucker again to go get one. Yeah, I probably had to whip that up. Maybe.
I could tell by the quality that it was your craftsmanship.
It don't look as good as the welds that were on your brake calipers in there.
They look fresh. You didn't sprinkle your road salt on them so that they get rusty. And it looks like it's been that way.
That's a pro tip.
Patina!
That's how we stage everything around here.
How many carburetors have you had on this thing in 30 miles?
Just this one. So, that one's gonna be number 2. It's gonna vacuum leak real bad.
There was the original one, which was governed.
And garbage. That's the proper G word.
And it's in the scrap trailer, which we need to get this out of the way so that can get
emptied.
Scrapped.
I'm very excited about that being emptied.
So we can fill it back up again.
I'll probably just pull this little elbow out of here. That way we ain't gotta wedge that socket into it. All right. Oops. Helps take that off there if you keep it on there. Yeah, I don't have much faith in old Shiny there.
We definitely have a new gasket, right?
Yep.
Seriously?
Yeah, seriously. When this style carburetor fits half your fleet of vehicles, you at least keep those. Hey, we put the same carburetor on stuff from our 4-cylinders to our 370s.
You know how you swap a battery between vehicles? I swap a carburetor between vehicles. You know this isn't going to work, because why would there be a brand new shiny carburetor sitting at a swap meet there?
Okay, I can tell you what everyone who I've bought one of these from says.
We took it off because...
Rebuilt that motor, she's fresh, all right? We put that on there, busted off, and ran great, whatever. We decided we wanted a 4-barrel. So after they rebuilt the motor and sealed it with this intake and everything, they decided to rip it all apart to then swap on the 4-barrel intake and everything.
They sound like the same salesman that just sold me a dually. Like, no, it's ready to go.
Did we make it 30 miles or not yesterday? Now multiply that by whatever it takes to get to North Dakota and you're there. But no, I'm not buying or believing all these carburetors are good. I have really bad luck with these Amazon ones, so I don't know why we're doing this.
Content, we're doing it for you.
We're doing it to move this truck out the way. You got my knife in your pocket?
As a matter of fact, I do.
You can keep this one, by the way. I heard you say how good of quality it is. That right there's handy sometimes. Because you get a stubby with leverage. And that was not very tight, so we didn't need much leverage. Oklahoma allergies got you?
Not, well, yeah.
This video is sponsored by Zyrtec. Oklahoma allergies got you down.
The anal pellet you take orally. What is the word? It's not anally, it's suppository. They have a fancy name for it. Suppository.
That means through your butt?
Yeah.
Oh, I learned something new today. I've heard that on TV, but
I saw it on the TV.
Yeah, my English and all that ain't the greatest, so I'm like, wonder what that means. Now we know. MORTSKE just informed me he prefers his as a suppository. Says that Zyrtec kicks in way faster. How he drinks his coffee too. 4,000 tiny turns later, we're gonna get her. I ain't quite sure what's still got it.
You want me to get you a side cutter?
No, we need this. That don't have it.
Except for this one's got an automatic choke, so really, we don't need it.
Well, if we gotta swap this one back on, we need it.
That's the positivity we need.
Well, this truck's starting and moving today. Whether this one gets rebuilt and goes back on, because I'm just certain we can get a rebuild kit ASAP. All right, there we go. She is ornery, but we got her. Yeah. All right. Last nut.
While you're up there, check the brake fluid.
Brake fluid, looking pretty empty on the rear. And this. That one has some. So where are we leaking at? That's the question. Or was it ever full? Who knows? I don't remember ever checking it. Hold on. It looks like a wet spot straight underneath this thing, don't it? Like underneath the axle on this side.
No, those are just them black rocks that we talk about in Oklahoma. Got oil coming out of the ground. That's where you get all your money from. You lead a rich life, sir.
Oh, we struck oil. Carburetor. Oh yeah, I did have to modify this one as well. Tack, 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 tack.
It's the Oklahoma way. Just weld everything.
It was working, wasn't it? Kinda.
Then why are we taking it off?
I said was working. I say is working. I think our gasket's pretty good, actually.
The dirt daubers preserved it. You know what you need? Super scraper.
Oh, if only I knew someone who sold those. Yeah, that side wasn't looking the greatest, so I'll see if I have one of these too. Actually, before I crawl down and worry too much about that, let me set that old one in place and just see what's gonna clear or not clear. I found out with these different carburetors and different choke setups and stuff like that, just because your flange is the same don't mean it's gonna fit. She cycles. It's good enough for me. All right, and it looks like basically where this little pivot of a sword is, whatever that is where we're gonna need to be able to hook that up to. Luckily that's not threaded, so we may have some more welding on our hands here.
I like how it's welding on your hands. See what I did there?
Whoa! Right here. Mechanics wire, 18 gauge. Champ, baby. That's the name of this carburetor right here. We're gonna call her the Champ. Just a little side cutter action. We could tack that too. I do enjoy welding carburetors. Boom. Be sure to twist her tight. Keep her from flopping and a jocking. I'm trying to kill you. She's a little redneck, but she works. How you doing, Theo? You gonna show them how you like your toy? Woo! Easy. Hey, easy. Get it. He likes to take his stuff to his bed, and y'all leave it alone. Hey, looky right there. I do have one. Maybe the last one, so we probably want to order us a couple more of them. Here's your part number, 60716 for the thicker mount ones. All right, so other than that, how are we gonna get hooked up here? Wonder what that roller was for. You ever seen one with a roller? I've never had a carburetor with that.
I've seen them where they hook the spring there, but why it would roll, I don't know.
I guess for a spring it makes sense.
But usually the spring is just hooked in a hole, like.
Because if you're hooked to a cable, you'd be pulling, so you'd be up here. So die grinder and cut it off it is. Sounds good.
No chance. Hey, before you cut that off and modify it, maybe we should just put it on the truck and see if it works first.
No going back. We've come too far. She's in the vise. She's ready to go.
I can tighten up this vise.
Don't tighten up the vise. You break it, you buy it. 20 bucks.
We want to see you weld aluminum. What is that? Is that a carburetor?
That's a TKO hand cleaning wipe by the Sweet Patina. She works good for protecting your carburetors from inlet die grinder dust. It's pretty common around here. All that damn air pressure. There she goes. I'm just sitting here R. Kelly in it, and you were just taking the sparks. Yeah, that's gonna be too short. I was thinking if we cut that off, we could maybe tap it or use a die and cut some threads on it, but the heim joint that slides on there, I can already tell you that ain't gonna be enough. So we're gonna have to get that whole thing out of there.
You can't just slip the heim joint over it and then get one of those, that's hot, air cleaner hold down zip ties and just clamp around it.
Hold it with a zip tie? What kind of low quality work you think we do around here? This is MORTSKE repair or something.
Oh, we could use wire instead.
That would make me feel better.
Did you lose that die grinder again?
Yeah, I just lost the die grinder. Boom, perfect. Got that out. You can see how it was riveted or whatever you'd call that in there. Maybe it was pressed. Whatever, it was exact fit and we got it going. Drill her out a little bit there. I'm just gonna try drill and tap it to 1/4 inch. Get your little cutting fluid on there. Oh, don't break the tap. She's close. All right, and since we're here, we might as well swap on our little filter inlet assembly. We got pipe thread, so I'm gonna put some thread tape on it. I don't know if we should or not, but we're gonna. MORTSKE said I should strip these out, I think is what he said.
And then go back a half a turn.
Call it good right there. Hope for the best. That may be it right there. Snap.
Your super scraper, my lord.
Where can they get these at?
MORTSKE.
Nobody cares where they can get them at.
Be a shame if that hood fell on your head right now.
Sit that there. Ugh.
Hammer that on real quick.
Yeah, we ain't got enough thread sticking up. That's perfect. Is this gonna work for a throttle? Just check it real quick, because if it ain't, we need to pull it back off there. But that heim joint fits that 1/4 20 bolt just beautifully. We even got fancy with her here and used the what do you call it, stainless Allen head, whatever. So She'll look real snazzy. Go with the rest of that setup.
Button head cap screw.
Oh, thanks for the engineering term. Oh, it's actually pretty good. Got about a 1/4 inch sticking up, so I mean at least 2.5 threads is holding it.
2.5 don't get it. 5 never would have.
Right. At least you're learning something around here. Your time spent around here has not been for nothing. We see progress in you. There's hope yet. These ones won't start because the nuts already ran down. Oh yeah, they will. They got plenty. We're good. Oh, this was a little sneakier with that choke set up. Of course, I ain't gonna be able to clear down in there. All right, I'm gonna pull those back out. Take the nut off this one, put it in there, and then we'll try again.
I was just about to say, it was at this moment that Puddin had to make a decision. Will we have the 4th stud, or will we only run 3? Stay tuned after this commercial break to find out.
Hello there, Professor Pudan here, and I'd like to talk to you about a new breakthrough medicine, PREPs, Puddin's Rectal Energy Pellets. PREPs can have amazing and life-changing results when used in the correct application or situation. It will quickly become your favorite suppository medication. Increased energy, boosted metabolism, and enhanced love-making skills are a few of the things that you will experience after taking PREPs. It'll even work for old fat loser like you.
Like me?
Do you lack motivation in the mornings?
Absolutely.
Is it hard to get out of bed?
Most days.
Do you like a good rectal insertion pill?
I'll try anything once.
It sounds like our patient here could use some PREPs. PREPs are a simple pellet that you'll insert on your hind end. It's a suppository that will go in there and release the energy your body desires. The size and amount needed of the pellets that you'll be inserting will be based off your height, your weight, and a simple blood test. For our patient here, it looks like he's gonna need at least 12 big ones. Now in extreme or rare applications, we may need to use the Jumbotron. This baby here could energize an elephant. And after hearing that, our newest patient here said he would elect for the Jumbotron.
All right, let's go finish my project.
Side effects may include impulse purchases of mini trucks, wearing overalls, eyebrow overgrowth, increased karate performance, anger towards birds, taco boy addiction, hooting and hollering, patina attraction, impulse crying, bad eyesight, the urge to yell hot damn, and many more. Also works on dogs.
Feels like, get out of here, man. Looky there. Almost like she was designed with a purpose. That little torque there. You ain't got a crazy amount of thread, so don't get too wild on it. Pull your spring up. Got a hole right there, I see. That should be about perfect. Can't be mad at that. A piece of vacuum hose we'd grabbed. We are gonna pop her right on our vacuum advance. Maybe. That may be bigger. Come on. You can fit. You can do it. I believe in you. The rest of this vacuum, we really should entertain the idea of pulling it off, because I pretty much feel like we're asking for a lot of problems. Half of it's falling off at this point. We're not even going to trim this piece up for now. We're just going to take it straight down there. Hope for the best. And lastly, but most certainly not leastly, our fuel line here. We got to get straight down onto there. Maybe we got enough slack. Nope. Oh, just short. What a bummer.
It was mounted here. Now it's not mounted there.
Perfect.
Look at this wood shim holding that fuel
I
tank
think this
down.
was from a minivan.
Oh,
What's that, Mark?
Mark IV? It's
it-
off a Lincoln?
Stinking Lincoln, baby. Try to keep it all forward. Maybe we get a little there. Then we reroute back this way. That way we can drag it right across our steering column. And we just snake through all of our 17 smog pumps. Nope, hold on. Back around this one. Then through this one. Maybe, just maybe, she'll fit.
We didn't even need to get the hose stretcher out.
Oh, I bet you're good at stretching hose. It's trying to be an insult, but I almost made that a compliment. Dang right I am. Oh,
I'm allergic to your bull crap. Yeah. All right, well, fuel hose is hooked up. Everything else is too.
Return spring?
Yeah, everything besides the choke.
I'm gonna go give her the meat and potatoes and see if it sticks WFO.
All right.
What? Hey, it even returns.
That's a plus.
Who's this guy? Oh, it's Puddin'. Well, his money. Very good times.
Come on back. Land on his nose. Oh, he's about to. Ah.
If I'd have taken my suppository pills, that guy would have went down right now.
What if I was like laying on his nose and it came in and landed and I just right hooked? Just tell him what happened the other day at church.
Oh yeah, we're carrying tables out of church to get ready for the picnic afterwards, and this guy's just walking out nonchalantly and just does one of these things, and I just see this bee like 4 inches around just drop and hit the ground. I'm like, are you kidding me? He goes, I didn't even look. Drops him straight out of the sky.
All right, you gonna crank it or what?
You want me to?
Yeah. No fuel leak, so that's a plus. All right, I'm gonna hop down out of here because she did just spray a couple times. But she's trying. Are you holding that? That's just idling? Just idling? But you may have to warm up before you just peg her. Oh, it's almost perfect timing. I was looking for the camera to show y'all how I'm seeing some fluid down there. And then I seen underneath this setup, it's dripping. I just seen it drip again. Oh, but that's pink, like transmission fluid right there, not brake fluid. So that leak is probably from the hydro boost, which we filled full of pink stuff, just our pump there that works everything. Our reservoir for our pump, you know what I meant. All right, so the leak we're seeing may not be from this, but the brakes felt fine before, and now they do not. And they are empty, so maybe we'll look and see none on our wheels or tires. You'd think if we were leaking fluid around whatever's in there. I don't even know what the front of this thing has for brakes. Let's take a quick look. Oh, no, it's got a massive disc brake on it, so if it was our pistons leaking, we'd see it running down, or if it was our hoses, which are quite easy to see, actually look in really good shape, not all dry rotted or nothing. Got a banjo bolt right here, and all that looks good. Quick glance back here at the rear, same thing. I don't see no fluid or marks on wheels or tires or anything like that where it's been running down. Oh, so we're just gonna top her off. I don't know if that means we're gonna have to bleed on it or not. I mean, we should, because obviously air got in there, but don't mean we are. We'll just put her there. MORTSKE said he brought brake fluid down. I figured he brought the big one, not the baby one, because in that big old reservoir, that right there ain't gonna go very far. All right, let's go ahead and get all of our tools. About lost that wrench for good, didn't we? Hey, that right there is Ford, but I bet y'all didn't know that pump is German, because right there is the pump. Getting fluid in here, not enough. When she was running, this started to warm up, so it's probably cycling some. We may want to put some in there too. I'm sure we had filled this up before, so who knows where it went. Oh, it barely even took probably 5/8 of a gallon or so. We ain't too worried about that. I mean, we could get crazy here and pull a dipstick just for fun. So it could use a little oil, but there ain't no water in there, so that's a plus. All right, now last time I drove this thing, because of our brake issue, it was very hard to stop. So I'm just gonna pump on them real quick here. That way we make sure to really push the air in there deep like. And we're gonna fire up, take her for a quick spin. There's a wasp trying to get me. See what she is feeling like right now. Fires up good. It's running great. Way better than it was with that old Holly. So the swap meet carb, maybe someone really did just want that old 4-barrel power. You can tell how much I really trusted this thing, right? Park and brake in, give her a couple revs, that should have kicked it out. We'll pop her in neutral or drive from neutral. Try not to take off the front of that. Now see, braking wise, yeah, we should be doing better than that. Oh, backfire and a die. Brakes, a little better. Probably just need to bleed on them. Watch out, Theo.
Little rich. Lot of black smoke.
I was gonna ask if it was doing that before, so I didn't know if it was part of the carburetor or we fixed it.
Looks like she's got a little blow-by too. Or is that just
A little
oil coming off of the exhaust? Oh, that's no big deal. It's fine.
or a lot of blow-by. Is she leaking oil?
It looks like it may have puddled up on the exhaust.
That's all right, as long as it ain't pouring on our concrete.
Good spot for it. Yeah, yeah. The exhaust catches it.
Smells good. Smells like she's running.
Smells like freedom. You might want to pump up that tire too.
I was hoping I could get close enough to put air. I knew one of them was flat.
If only you had an air hose reel to reach that tire.
If only. We need dualies that barely run with mediocre brakes with at least one flat tire. Check and check. Yeah, if that was hooked up, we'd be in real good shape, but we're not. I'll fill her up a little more here. Figure out if this is for the fronts or rears.
Are you trying to make a video over there?
Did it come off there or no? She braked.
Well, both.
Perfect. Not my truck, not my problem. That's what I say. Oh. Oh, all right. So that does share. She just got a wall in there. A little dampener, whatever. She's full. Can't get any fuller than that. With her overfilled, filled, leaking, topped off, whatever you want to call her. Capri sucker. It's not doing us good.
What are you talking about? It's sucking.
Yeah. Sometimes those things work for me and sometimes she does not. Look at this blader though, 7/16. We got one we can finally pop loose. I might have Sir Mordecus give her the manual stomps and we're gonna see if we can get anything out of here.
I'm going full on river dance in that driver's seat. And bled.
Go ahead. So, there's some fluid. All right. I mean, that was pretty good. Maybe we do one more. Yeah, I mean, that's all kinds of fluid. All right, go ahead. All right. Theo, get out of there, goofball. All right, go ahead. Yeah, these are a lot harder to get to. Get a little fluid there. All right, go ahead again. I got a little air on that one. I don't imagine these rears is doing all of our stopping though. Sure is hard to get this one. All right. Just got a little spat of air out of that one. Let me get the other side. All right, go ahead. All right, try pumping her again. I think we got a little bit of air with that one too. All right. Hey, how you just pumped that one up? I think it moved some air. So if you'll pump her up again, I'm gonna crack all of them one more time. Before we go driving too far, I'm gonna try to back up on our 4x4. Our outside tire here, she's flat and we lost our bead, so I'm hoping maybe getting a little weight off that will fix her for us. Did you get it, killer? All right, good job. What you doing? Getting ready to lay on your back to do fuel tank installs like the good old days? Just to take you back?
When in Rome, you know, when you're in Oklahoma, you gotta do things the Oklahoma way.
I have to keep this sucker. Uh-oh. Let's see here. What's the deal here, Pickle? Oh, well, I barely just did anything, and our pump in there kicked on now. I didn't even move nothing. Got over here and scared it. That's a pretty bad looking connection. Bump the key again and it says collect, everything goes away. So we're gonna pay attention and see which one brings it back. We're gonna start with a tiny little wiggle of this. Yeah, you got bad connection right here. Proper maintenance only for this rig. Now obviously these things have failed this truck before. We just had to replace one. So that's what we'll put right back on it for longevity. I got a little carried away with my stripping there. A little far back. I've been known to get carried away with my stripping. Tight enough. And she, well, if we took it out of that clamp, she may have a little more. And just enough, about the right reach. Not the greatest brake still. Still no luck. If we don't try it though, they'll say we should have done it. Yeah. It would have worked.
I was just telling them I've tried this I don't know how many times and it never works.
Success we've had. Brakes may not brake the best, and tires, well, if 5 won't hold it up off the ground, then 6 never would have. I know MORTSKE was a big fan of my custom studs for our air breathing devices, so we got to whip one up. Did a little fabrication in the situation. Only piece of all thread I could find was too short. She need a little extra. Well, I got a, machine screw right there, right thread, so a little tacky, and she'll be ready to go back together. Guaranteed to impress him as well. And that's what we set out to do every day we work out here. As long as MORTSKE's impressed, we're good. Good news is this matches the quality of everything else going on around here, because that filter really don't actually fit to that breather. Boom. Tighten that down a little bit, pop our hose on there. Professional. Here. Try not to take off the front of our van. So I pulled off those couple vacuum lines and said I was going to plug it, and turns out I had forgot to plug it, so I did put I just looped a piece of vacuum hose between the two. Ooh, stopping like she should. As you're driving her, I actually took it out through the neighborhood some, and this you really gas on it hard, it wants to backfire some, but there really ain't a reason to just plumb stand on this thing and floor it like that. Now, just gonna pull her off to the side here. And I'd actually trust to drive this thing wherever it needed to go right now. It ain't perfect, but I think it could get us there, other than having a flat tire. Obviously ain't ideal. I've just got her aired down where she gets good grip when we go rock crawling off-road in here. That's what it is. The ultimate air down. Jeez. She better make her back to North Dakota. She's practically gonna be brand new.
What's new here? I don't see a single new part in this.
I know the
photo.
seal in the back and the grease in there.
What a guy!
Oh, Sir Mordecus is knocking out a ton of little stuff on that truck that we wasn't too sure about. So, giving a break, or giving up for now on the box truck. There ain't really nothing else to do to it. But, our motor we got sitting here, small block Chevy. I got this from D&H Classics as a core. I don't remember if I gave them $100, $150, something like that. Really cheap. Especially considering we can rob a couple things off of it to keep around here. We need that to be able to put into that crate right there behind Theo's compound, because as soon as we return that crate with the core motor in it, we get like $700 back from the O'Reillys. So spend the $150 and get 700 back. Pretty good trade out. I was just about to start taking her apart. Looky there, she is free. Just pushed on it with my foot. We had talked about this motor. It couldn't have been that old from getting the rattle can rebuilt, at least, because the filter has some blue paint on her. What is this? Do the wires come red and then they coat it in something? Please don't tell me someone painted plug wires. What's that say underneath there? He even has lettering. Have you ever seen spray painted spark plug wires?
I thought every set of plug wires in Oklahoma was spray painted.
Usually yellow to make stuff faster. That's what it looks like. What's going on? She's got practically everything she needs to run, except a real good set of wires, a non-broken cap, a starter, you know, real minor details here. Fuel pump's hanging. Is that rod in there? Oh yeah, we need to steal that rod. We always need one of them. Let's see if we can find a starter or one 4-wheel drive project thing out here. I think has a couple in it. I also think we can get to the passenger side from this side. Alright. Looky there. Starter. I don't know if she's any good, but we got one. And if it ain't good, maybe that one will be. Yeah. If I can find enough stuff, which I should be able to, we are going to try to bust her off just for fun. Just for funsies here. But I don't think we need a fan spinning around or any of these other accessories. So I'm going to pull off what I can here. Maybe. Depending on if I can actually get this on this rounded nut or not. Nope. Look at that. Real good looking green stuff coming out of it. Like brand new looking. It's going to be a high compression Junkyard motor. It's probably going to run better than half the one he's rebuilt back there.
This girl is on fire.
Dang. Thing had a lot more threads on it than I thought. I went and started recording already. 3 foot long. Mr. Impatient here.
I'll tell you what that fan is off of.
This engine. All you gonna do, find the numbers, call your buddy Mojo, and then once he tells you, get in front of the camera and act like you know what you're talking about?
Yep.
Perfect.
I'll be right back. This thing's got suffix code T is in Theodore, Y is in Yankee, Z is in Zulu. TYZ is a 1975 350 4-barrel, 165 horsepower.
Woo! She's a
It's a
monster.
ripper. So it's a 75 fan. Pretty sure it's a pickup engine.
Pulled our breather off. And all kinds of good stuff underneath here. May need a bigger hammer if we want to get that pulley off there. Wow, magic. I said that and one magically slid across the floor. Actually expected a little bit out of there. I guess that was just holding it like a P-trap. Oh yeah, and see, our crate motors, a lot of them, the timing chain, well, I say a lot of them, we've had 2 over the last 4 years. And they put the pointer way over here and it never lines up. Then I gotta move it back to there. And or then mark our balancer over there or whatever. Right, and there's probably where it's supposed to actually be. Anything else need a little slice and dice action? Oh, what are you doing here?
Fixing all the things that you failed to tell me about on this pickup. And using brake fluid as deodorant.
Likely story. Did you figure out how to get that broken off bolt out yet?
I haven't gotten that far.
Have you figured out how to get the brake fluid out of your armpit yet? Look here. Hole. Our valve cover rusted out. Top this carburetor. Yep, I'd say it's safe to say a mouse had worked its way up in there and was pooping and peeing on it. Get a little kick down of sorts here off. Get it out the way. Right there we'll have a massive vacuum leak. That's fine. I'm just curious if the old quadrijet's gonna work or not. And well, it's kind of opening, sort of. It opened, it didn't close back. Yeah. Oh, she's free enough to move some and give that thing a little rattle can rebuild. Oh yeah, she should open enough just to peg and stick and do exactly what we don't need it to do, probably. Sounds good. All right. Quick little look-see here, trying to line this up where somebody annihilated her, probably with a chain. I'm gonna blame D&H. That lines up right there. I think this one, our oddball out, is going to number 1. So we know the one that kind of points right there to my scrape mark on the intake. That's number 1. We hope. Dang, this is a good HEI because them clips ain't broke. Not yet. Snap. Boy, behind that flex plate's just packed. Just fire her up like that, it'll come out of there. Or it'll wad up. Alright, in our one cabinet, we do have some distributor parts. Do not remember where that came from, but that'll probably do us. Slap the plug right there. Got some vacuum hose feeding from the quadrijet over to our vacuum advance. These I just looped together. However, sounds like it may be time to lift some scrap metal. There he is. In the back.
Now I'm taking that home.
I was telling him last time RC and his buddy here showed up. As me and RC was loading it, he was taking it all out of the trailer going, no, we got to take that to the house. He didn't let us scrap nothing.
Muhammad Ali over here just.
Hey, it's gonna be that till we get mad at it. I'm gonna get out of the way.
You got your motor for that already?
Oh yeah, I got one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I do. It's a 2-cylinder.
There we go.
It's on my other bike, but I'm gonna strip it off and then I'm gonna put it on that one.
You be cruising around.
That got the backwards brakes, right?
Yeah. Yeah, until you use them stopping a motor, and then brakes give out.
My back brakes weren't that good.
Uh-huh.
And I was coming toward Kickapoo and I hit them back brakes, couldn't slow down. But I had no choice but hit them first. Threw me like a horse. And I land on my feet and rest around like that, grab the bike. Yeah,
Say the bike.
Now I looked around and see if there's anybody looking.
Was there
Somebody seen me.
was there anybody looking?
I didn't see nobody, but I know somebody seen me.
Yeah. We got them fixed up here. All of our scraps, lots of odds and odd and ends. The rest of the Datsun bed, we went ahead and chunked her up in there. Whammied core support. Bunch of crap that come with different stuff that I don't even know what it is. Of course, being here, a lot of different suspension parts, tie rods, who knows. Newer brake pads, I don't even remember what I took these off of. I think they came off of the GMC or the S10, one of the two, but we put all new back on everything. All right, there we go. Woohoo! That's how you fix a starter, MORTSKE. Putham's wrecking ball of death coming right up. Got the jump box hooked up, and here we go, testing the cheater switch for the first time. She's a galloping. Hey, put your finger right here, and we'll hook some power to that, and we'll test for spark. All right, we will test for spark next. With that hooked up, we'll bring it down here. All right, let's see if we got spark. Oh, she's sparking.
Get the Get Her Done 91 in the fuel tank. We're gonna ride this thing all the way to. We're gonna drop it off in the crate, and the guy's gonna be like, "This son of a bitch still hot."
O'Reilly's gonna rattle can up black and
Send it to the next guy. The same thing they did on the brake hose to me today. Snap.
Need an extension. Premium. Here at Puddin's Premium Fuel Systems.
And fuel pump block off plates. Block off towels.
Going live. Just idling.
Do it again.
You a little rowdy or what?
I think this got chewed up on the
Oh no!
on the flex blade.
We running her again?
Nobody's got hurt yet.
That's the spirit. We go until someone has a hospital trip at least.
You already met your deductible for the year, so. Oh, you can't slow it down quite enough to idle. Hit her again.
Sounds like motorcycles. Oh. What do you mean you ain't happy?
Did you check to see if there was oil in it?
Nope.
Yeah, about that.
Did it run? Did it run? That's the bearing still smoking.
You ruined that perfectly good core motor.
You son of a bucktooth beaver. Oh, she's smoking good. Can't imagine why. That's weird. It turned over so easy before. All right, we may have forgot to check the oil.
Not we. I fully checked it.
Afterwards.
We forgot to put oil in.
Probably lost about all of it as it laid on its side in the salvage yard at D&H.
Just for S's and G's, we should pull the plug and see if there was any in it. I bet there isn't.
Well, luckily we made most of this stuff pretty quick disconnect. All right. We forgot to check the oil. Survey says not a whole lot of oil hanging out in that motor, is there? All right, I think I know what our problem was. Anyhow, guys, that's it for this go around. We did get the box truck where we can move it. It's running way better. That carb swap was huge. This still needs cleaned up, but I'm gonna let that engine cool off. We're not done yet though. I'm gonna hop over here and help Sir MORTSKE. He's got a broke off bolt in here and we're gonna see if we can't get it out. So thank you guys so much for being here. Be sure to check out Dummy's channel if you feel like it. We appreciate you being here to watch ours. And I'm on the Instagrammer, I'm on the Patreon, I'm on the Facebooker. PutInsFabShop.com for that good quality merchandise. And we will see you guys in the next one. However, do not forget, sitting on your ass will not finish your project. Hot damn, there's so much BSery, we had to start a whole channel for all the extras. Be sure to go check out Puddin's Fab Shop if you ain't seen that baby yet. Come on!